Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with a new video. I am going to show you guys how I do my easy half up, half down tutorial. It's really easy if you have a U-part wig, because I find that to be the best if you don't want to go through the whole process of getting it sewn down all the way. You know, you just want to take matters into your own hands and do your own hair. So yes, I'm going to show you guys how I achieve that look. So as you see here, I am going to go ahead and part my hair into two sections, basically, one at the top and then one at the back. So I am just trying to get a neat straight part. It's hard for me to get a straight part. It's rare that I get a straight part whenever I do my hair, so that's something I still have to practice on whenever I am doing this look. So I am just taking a scrunchie and just taking the leftover hair from behind and putting it in a low ponytail, and then twisting the hair that's left at the top around so we can get it out of the way before we start braiding. So here I'm just showing you my U-part wig that I have that I'm going to be using for this hairstyle. And here I'm just placing it on there, just making sure that it's a nice fit, but even if it doesn't fit, I always tuck it in. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do that. But first we are going to start creating the perimeter braid. So here I'm just, at first I was going to use a comb to create the part, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use my fingers and just part my hair, because yeah, these braids don't have to be neat, nor does the parts have to be straight. So yeah. So here I'm just splitting it into two because I like to focus on one section at a time. And here I am just getting it prepared for the braid. So, oh no, the first part was me parting off the hair that's going to cover up the wefts or whatever, and now I'm, you know, parting my hair to get it ready for the perimeter braid. So as you see, I don't really know how to explain how to braid your hair. All I say is, if you know how to do plaits, then you really do know how to braid your hair. All it is just gripping excess hair every time you create the strand for the braid, and yeah, you just continue that same pattern all the way down till you get to the end. And yeah, so you see, it's nothing too neat, nothing too fancy, just something to get it ready before we start sewing down the U-part wig. And here, this is the leftover hair. I am just going to make this in one big old braid, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, my braids never is like neat or small underneath my wigs. I pretty much like to do them as big as possible, because I don't have the time to be doing little small braids unless I'm just wanting a really flat hairstyle. But this always works for me, especially if you have naturally thin hair. This is pretty much perfect. So all you want to do is just create a nice perimeter braid and then one big braid to pull up under the wig, basically. And I'm pretty much going to repeat the same step on the other side, so I'm not going to really show that process. So we're going to come back when it's all done. So this is basically what you're going to be looking like once you have it all braided and ready to go. I use bobby pins to secure my braids down, so you can sew it down too if you want to. Sometimes I do that, but this time I just pretty much use bobby pins because I don't plan on having this hairstyle up for long, because your girl got some other hair and hairstyles that's coming in, and I'm going to record the looks for you guys. So here, now I am taking my U-part wig and I'm placing it along the perimeter braids, and I am using like nylon thread to sew this down. Just something black. You can use any kind of thread, really. This is just some thread I found at the hair store, and I'm just going to secure it first before I go in and fold it under, as you can see, just to kind of, you know, make it more secure and make it a little bit more tight, because this is a U-part wig for my whole head, so it is kind of hard to make it into a half wig because you'll have so much space left at the bottom of the wig. So I like to tuck it in at the top just to kind of roll it up and just to make it, you know, smaller so it can fit the half of my head. But basically, you're just gonna sew that baby down. Like, what else there to explain? You're just gonna sew it down, or you can pin it down if you don't really have the patience, or if you don't know how to sew down hair. You can definitely use bobby pins to secure this hairstyle, but I will say to definitely sew it down, just so you know you can move your hair around, you can swing your head in circles and it will not flop off, because trust me, I've had it to where I had it pinned down and y'all, that thing started lifting up and it was just not cute. That was not a good sight. So I told myself from now on, when doing any kind of weave hairstyle look, I am going to always figure out how to sew it down. So yes, sew that baby down for a nice secure fit. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. We're just gonna brush it out, just make sure we can have it nice and covered, if it's gonna, you know, cover really good for the bottom of the hair or whatever. So yeah, and that's pretty much it, y'all. Like, this hairstyle is super easy. So as you can see, I'll be back. I'm gonna sew down the other side and we just gonna go on to the next step, honey. So here, as you can see, I pulled the hair down that I had took up in the beginning before braiding. This is just to cover the wefts so it doesn't show when you are doing the half up style. And I am going to flat iron it because I don't want it too puffy. I do want it to kind of blend in with the weave that I have in my head. And this hair is from Sentia Beauty. I'm sorry I did not mention that. This is their Brazilian bundle. So yeah, I always like to use Brazilian hair whenever I'm doing hairstyles when I got my hair left out, because it tends to blend with my hair really, really good. So as you saw, I took some Freeze Ease spray just for some heat protecting before I flat iron it. You always want to use some sort of heat protecting, girl. You do not just want to go straight in and flat iron your hair, especially if you're natural like me. I like to keep somewhat of my curls, so protecting it with a heat spray is definitely the way to go. And here, I'm just flat ironing it. I have like a pair of Hot Tools flat irons, just some regular flat irons, and I got the heat on, I think, 380. And you're just gonna section and comb it out really, really good, and just start flat ironing it. And I do like to do the what is it called, the trace method, not the trace, but like the when you take the comb and the flat iron at the same time and just go down at the same time. That kind of helps to really straighten out your hair. So I like to do that method whenever I do straighten my own hair. And as you can see, it is nice and blended and just looking really, really good. I kind of skipped through a little bit because I'm pretty much doing the same steps over and over again. And that was like the last piece. So I'm just going to take my comb and just comb it over nice and good so it can start blending in and just coming together. Yes, and that is it, y'all. Like, for this part, we still have another part to go to. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pretty much do the same steps on the other side, so I'm not gonna really show that. I'm just gonna jump cut to right here. Yes. I'm just gonna jump cut to when it's all done, and I'm just brushing it out so it can blend all good and just look nice and natural. You guys, I am obsessed with this hairstyle. As of lately, this has been like my go-to look whenever I want to do something straight. I'm still obsessed with wigs, and trust me, I am still taking care of my natural hair. I will start showing you regimens that I am currently doing now to keep my hair healthy and moisturized. So that's probably going to be my next video. I'm going to show you guys how I take care of my hair under my wigs. But anyways, now to the very last step. This is putting together the top part of your hair for the half up, half down look. You want to take like some nice edge control and just slap it all around and brush it up. I didn't show that part because that's pretty much self-explanatory. So as you see, I'm taking like my edge brush and just making sure everything is nice and smooth before putting on the hair tie. And here I'm just creating my ponytail. And I like to wrap it around nice and good just to get a nice tight and secure ponytail, because we're gonna have this up. I'm probably gonna wear this hairstyle for like a good week, maybe a week and a half. But as you can see, I'm just taking that to kind of like brush the hair out and get it prepared for this step. I am just taking an extra weft or an extra weave band, however you want to say it, and I am just going to wrap it around the ponytail that I have just to kind of give it a little bit more fullness than what it has now, because like I stated, I have naturally thin hair, so it doesn't matter if it's blown out or whatever the case may be, it's just not going to be enough hair. So I'm just taking a little bit of leftover weave and just wrapping it around, just around and around and around. the ponytail till I get to the very end, and then I'm just going to take a bobby pin to secure that in place. And then I'm just going to take a piece of the hair and wrap it around just to kind of hide that width. We don't want to see that, girl. We want to try to make this as natural looking as possible, so we got to get it together. In here, this is the last step. I think I am just brushing it out so it can all blend together. And no, I'm lying, because as I was looking at my hair, I did kind of notice that my part was very janky. So I was trying to, like, you know, spread it out so it can kind of cover it, and that didn't really do the job. So I didn't really like how the hair looked that was wrapped around, so I'm gonna have to redo that. But for the sake of this video, I didn't feel like doing that, so I just took one of my nice little cute scrunchies that I have. I got this from Topshop. Yes, I got this from Topshop from Freedom People. I think that was the brand of it. And, you know, just put it around a ponytail just to give it a nice little accent. And then here I am actually going to put in a little bit of curl in my ponytail just to give it some kind of body, because it was just too blah, you know. So, and then my hair and the weave wasn't really matching that well, so I decided to just go ahead and throw in a couple of curls, give it some body so it can just kind of blend together and fall really nice, y'all. And yes, you guys, now this is the very last step. That is it, and we have our nice half up half down hairstyle, the latest trend that's been going on for the ladies out here. And then this is just me acting silly. I was trying to show off my hair, but I can never be serious around my boyfriend. Whenever he's around me, I'm just like really goofy and just crazy. So as you can see, it is boyfriend approved, and now I'm trying to like just model it off and just show you guys what we are looking like. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and like I always say, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.